In this video, I'm going to share with you on the misconceptions towards endowment plans. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Chanel Chong. So every week I'll be sharing videos on insurance updates and also financial knowledge on my channel. If you're interested in these kind of topics, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell button so that you will get notified every time I upload a new video. Bank Negara Malaysia made a research and mentioned that there are easily more than 75% of the Malaysians who just can't seem to even save up to 1,000 ringgit for their financial emergency. This is due to the reason that living expenses in Malaysia had rise up and increased, and it kind of contributed to the people not being able to save more. So EPF also added a statement by saying that there are 70% of Malaysians who withdraw their EPF at the age of 55, exhausted their funds in just less than 10 years, which means that by us relying on EPF alone for our retirement is definitely not enough. And coupled with the fact that we can see most of the Malaysians don't really do savings, so it is really time for us to figure out how we should plan out for our second EPF. By building up our second EPF, we will make sure that we are all prepared for any unforeseen circumstances like the current financial crisis that we are facing. And by saving it into the right financial tool, we are fighting against the inflation. Our money value wouldn't depreciate over the time. Not only that, because given the fact that people nowadays are more conscious about the health, we usually outlive our age. The expectancy of life has been increased to 75 years old for an average Malaysian. So with these statements, it is also no doubt that endowment plan, also known as life insurance saving plans, were made popular as a second EPF funds for the Malaysians when it comes to preparing for retirement, preparing for educational fees, and also preparing for any financial emergencies. So as I mentioned in my previous video, endowment plan is a kind of life insurance policy whereby the policyholder just need to save out a fixed amount of savings over a period of time. So the policyholder will be given a choice to either withdraw the yearly income or withdraw the whole lump sum of savings upon maturity. But there are still people who had misconceptions towards endowment plan. The first misconception is that endowment plan is often being compared against fixed deposit account. Fixed deposit is a kind of short-term savings, I would say. It is more suitable if let's say you're saving for a 1 year, 2 year, or maybe half a year thing. So if you're looking towards a long-term thing, endowment plan is definitely something that you want to go for it due to the guarantee feature, due to the safer choice. While a lot of people will take it as a mistake because of the similar rate that FD used to offer as compared to endowment plan. Like we could see that last year and the year before, the average rate for fixed deposit was around 3 to 4%, which was quite similar to endowment plan. So if let's say you are planning to save your money in the long term, say for more than 5 to 10 years, definitely endowment plan is more secure because of the guaranteed feature. Your rate will be guaranteed here because FD rate will fluctuate based on the economy of the country. Like right now, when everything is slow going, the rate has gone down to 1.8%. 1.8% is not enough to even fight against the inflation. So definitely, if you want your money to fight against inflation, endowment plan is a plan that you should go for. The flexibility of fixed deposit may also be the cons towards the long-term savings, whereby because it is so flexible, right, people tend to just use it for some ad hoc expenses like traveling, like buying for luxurious stuff, without really planning for something in the long term. Whereby because endowment plan is a long-term commitment, people just think that okay, that is a long-term commitment that I need to commit to. I shouldn't even look into it at the moment to buy any stuff that pleasure me at the moment. So somehow, because of the forced saving nature, endowment plan does a greater job as compared to fixed deposit accounts. The insurance coverage of endowment plan is not great. Well, generally, all endowment plans come with a sum assured, which is lower as compared to the pure protection planning out there, like life insurance. But why is that so? That's because endowment plan is designed in a way to create more value towards the maturity benefit, towards the yearly income to the life assured. It is more towards saving goals instead of protection goals. That's why more cash are actually being allocated to create the guaranteed rate of return every year instead of the protection. So if let's say you have in mind that you want to buy a protection plan, definitely you should look at it twice before you even enter into any endowment plan to see if the financial goal and your intention is being met. It is definitely not comparing apple with apple if let's say you are comparing the insurance coverage of endowment plan towards any pure protection plan out there. So before you even want to enter into any insurance plan like endowment plan, sit down and discuss with your insurance agent there to see if that is the kind of planning that will help you with your financial goal at the moment. Endowment plan is not a good investment. So I bet that before we even enter into any kind of financial savings or investment portfolio, return is definitely the first thing that we calculate. So given the fact that endowment plan is quite guaranteed, or I would say stable in nature, the rate of return is unlikely to be high due to the nature. That's why it's not weird that people usually compare endowment against saving accounts like fixed deposit account because of the safe nature. But it's just that it may not seem to be reasonable for us to compare this kind of safe savings against volatile portfolio like business, like real estate in the market, like stocks in the market, because investments do come with a kind of risk as well. Given that it has the potential of generating us higher profit, it may also risk us against losing our portfolio. So I experienced losing 60% of my stock investments when I first invested into a penny stock. I could still remember that I lost 60% of my investments in just 1 month. It was really a pain in my wallet because I could feel it like how I wish I could just save it aside without touching anything. But the great fact about investment is that yes, it does come with the risk that it will help you to lose your money, but it will also have the amazing turnover twist whereby it can help you to generate a lot of profit. Like I have a friend who invested into penny stock, and within just 1 year, he made 10 folds for his investment into that penny stock. So you see, it is only if you are willing to risk that kind of money into your investment portfolio, that's when you can enter into investments. In simple words, endowment plan should be treated as a safe basket to keep your cash safe and shouldn't be compared against any investments available. Endowment plan is not flexible at all. While when it comes to a long-term financial saving goal, flexibility may not be a good thing. Well, the reason why 75% of Malaysians just can't seem to save 1,000 ringgit up for their emergency is because they tend to touch on the money that they save when they run out of cash. Well, when we want to achieve a kind of long-term financial saving goal, the more importantly, we need to keep in mind that we should keep it in the safe side whereby we don't touch that portion of money unless we really need it. Right, so one of the way that people use endowment plan as is a kind of forced savings. So it is definitely not suitable if you're looking to just park your money for a temporary few months or few years time. It is more suitable for us to achieve a long-term financial saving goal. Endowment plan also allow us to withdraw partial cash out during any financial emergencies. Well, I have a client who entered into an endowment plan. So every 2 years, she would withdraw her funds out to fund for her overseas trip. So she bought the endowment plan with the mindset that that is for her traveling. So ever since then, she even planned out a few endowment plans for different purposes. That's why it is very important that before you enter into any kind of endowment planning, you need to have a goal in mind on your intention. Like for my client, her intention is for traveling. So if your intention is for long-term savings for your retirement, definitely not touching the income now is better. The returns are not great and not enough for me to achieve my financial goal. When it comes to achieving financial goal, it really depends on our plan. Like, do we have any long-term plans or the short-term plans that we have established for ourselves. Like in the long term, how much do I need for me to retire in comfort? Do I need 1 million? Do I need $500,000? Or within a short period of time, how much passive income do I need every month to suffice my living expenses? So these were the maths that you need to do before you even want to establish your planning for long-term or short-term. So you can't be expecting yourself to have millions of dollars in 20 years time if you're just saving aside $100 every month. So definitely calculation is something that you should work out with your financial advisor or your insurance agent when it comes to your financial goal. Entering into an endowment plan is a long-term financial planning, which can last you up to 20 years or even 30 years sometimes. So having a clear intention on why you enter and having a goal in mind on what you want to achieve is definitely a must before you even want to enter into it, so that you find more reason for it to proceed for this 20 years and 30 years time. So with that said, if you like my video today, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and comment down below. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!